welcome back to MovieTrailerReviews.net. This is your host, not Chris, aka Phenom Black. Chris was not here because Chris did not go see this movie. Chris may not be an Entourage fan, but I'm an Entourage fan. Justin, are you an Entourage fan?
Dude, I've been watching this since middle school, high school. Like I'm all in on Entourage.
Okay, so cool. Everybody here tonight is an Entourage fan. Everybody not here tonight is not an Entourage fan, and that's Chris. So basically, people have been waiting for this movie probably before the series ended. I think this was something that HBO had talked about doing way before 2011, when they finally ended its 8 years running or 8 seasons of running. And,
right, like they had teased it right around, like, I want to say the end of season 5 or 6, whichever season was the whole after the Medellin arc. That's when they started teasing, like, hey, we're gonna actually get an Entourage movie, and then
nothing.
Right.
Yeah, HBO has kind of this thing of doing that. I'm not really sure how they decide which of their shows they want to turn into actual theater films, but from what I heard, Sex and the City is about to get it's about to be a trequel or a trilogy. So maybe Entourage has a sequel in the works, and we'll wait another 5 years for that. But basically, they brought everybody back. This is the same cast. I'm not sure exactly how far off this is supposed to continue the story from where season 8 left off.
Well, and slight spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen the end of Entourage. The great thing about this movie, you can actually watch this movie without having watched the single episode of Entourage and not feel like you've missed anything.
Right.
Like you'll still get the general feel of the movie. You might miss a cameo here or there. Like, I think there's one joke in there that, like, if you haven't seen the show, you won't get. Like the 2 guys in prison. When you see those guys, you won't get that if you haven't seen the show. But it's such a blink and you miss it moment, you're not really missing anything from the movie.
They literally walk past cameos that I don't know if they realized they were in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I won't name one, but there is a bald-headed black man in this film that just gets walked past. And I'm not sure he knew he was in this movie.
He probably just thought it was at just minding his business, doing his thing.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of little like Easter eggs for Entourage fans who've been there the whole season. Like Saigon is in it for a hot second. Stuff like that. Yeah. So, I mean, that's cool. But initially, and I've seen what the ratings are on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics are killing this movie because it's an Entourage movie. They're not killing it because it's a bad movie. They're killing it because they don't understand Entourage. Like, they've never seen an Entourage episode. And all this is the same thing that happens when you take a TV series and you make a movie out of it. It's the same thing that happened with 24. It's the same thing that happened with Sex and the City, and it's happening with Entourage. It's just one long episode of Entourage. And if you're a fucking fan, it's one of the better episodes of Entourage, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, like it definitely feels like the series finale the show deserves. So I don't know when you talk about continuing the story, I don't know if you should continue the story from here, because it felt like the closure that everybody needed.
Well, if it makes more than the $30 million they put into it, which for the amount of cameos that they had in this film, that's not a lot of money. $30 million. Vince spent more money on his film in this film than they spent to make the film about him making a film.
Exactly.
So I mean, for people who don't know the cast, it's Kevin Connolly, Adrian Grenier, Kevin Dillon, Jerry Ferrera, and of course Jeremy Piven. And it's the same characters we remember: Vince, Drama, Turtle, Ari, and Eric. So, and I mean, they bring in some new players. Billy Bob Thornton and Haley Joel Osment actually play pretty big pivotal roles. And then there are people who are just here because they decided to shave in the morning, aka Kid Cudi. He just looked effing weird in this movie. Like, he's just a weird fucking looking dude in this movie. And I really think they tried to make him the new Lloyd, which I'm not sure if he realized they were kind of making him the new Lloyd.
Right. Like, he seemed to be the incompetent version of Lloyd.
Right. Like, extremely incompetent. Stallone is in this. That's Emanuela Triqui. I can't say her last name. Triqui. I don't know. She's
not
still
even going to attempt it. I will butcher it.
Yeah, she looked fine in this though. She looked good even though she's pregnant. And the list of cameos, I mean, you can find them on Wikipedia. It's like 30 people, man. Pharrell Williams, Russell Wilson, T.I., like David Spade, Bob Saget, Ronda
Tiny.
Rousey's name is actually on. Like for they use the Entourage intro from the television show, and I don't know if I liked the way they did the casting, like the whole introduction part. I'm not sure if I liked it, but I could. They had a lot of names like Piers Morgan, Ed O'Neill, Liam Neeson, Mark Cuban, Baron Davis. I didn't recognize Baron Davis at first. I don't know why I didn't, because he's the only nigga with a beard that looks like that.
Right.
Jessica Alba, Tom Brady, Warren fucking Buffett, and Kelsey Grammer make cameos in this. And I'm not talking about like they just see them. No, these motherfuckers have like pivotal cameos of comedy in this film. And there's a whole list. Like if you want to see the list, just go look at it, because some of these people I didn't know, and I still knew they were supposed to be cameos. I just didn't know who they were. I don't be watching enough TMZ and shit.
But it fit, like you'll get those cameos in the Entourage episode. This felt like an Entourage episode. But no, in terms of where it picks off from the story in season 8, like season 8 ends Vince after, fresh out of rehab, or not fresh out of rehab. He flies off to Paris to marry this girl that he's only had a few dates with. And Ian Sloan are trying to reconcile after, E's infidelities and just all the issues that he and Sloan had. The first 5 minutes of the movie, sort of yada yada, the season finale.
Yeah.
Like the movie opens like, wow, Vince got an annulment on his honeymoon. He's like, yep, yada yada that. Well, what about Ian Sloan? Hey, I haven't seen him in 6 months. Boom. That's where we are now.
Mm-hmm. And Turtle's rich. Turtle's effing fuck. Like he ended up like they knew he had a business starting with Mark Cuban at the end of the season in 8, and they knew he was going to be making money. This whole episode, this whole extended episode or elongated episode of Entourage is them trying to figure out how much money Turtle's actually worth, because clearly he's richer than all of them now.
Yeah, like Turtle is balling to the point where how spoilery can we get on this review?
I mean, it's Entourage. It's not really a bunch of surprises. They're just, it's Entourage. It's a bunch of parties, titties, nice cars, and cameos, and dope music in the background.
We can talk about the music later, but there's like a scene where they're talking money, and Turtle just throws a number out there like, yo, I can front this right now. Like, it's no problem.
Yeah, $8 million. He said, I could front you $8 million. And like Ian and Vince were like, well, we'll go half. Yeah. Me and Ben were like, well, I'll go half and you'll go half. And Turtle's like, I could just give you $8 million and we could be cool. Which is funny because I kept thinking that the whole film. I was like, if Turtle is loaded, why do you need to go to somebody? So the story of this film is Vince links back up with Ari. So basically, like, they yada yada at the beginning, like Justin said. And then they cut to Vince calling Ari because Ari got the job with the studio. And now he basically runs, this studio, his film studio, but he doesn't really, he just works there. He's in high places. So he's managing still. Vince calls him, and Vince is like, yo, I want to get back into the film thing, but I want to direct the film too. So I want to star in one of your films and I want to direct it. They cut to 8 months later, and supposedly the film is done, but not done. It's on the editing room floor, and he needs more money to finish the film. I think he needed like maybe a little more than 15 million or something like that to finish it. They never exactly say how much money he needs to finish the film. They just keep saying that he's $10 to $15 million over budget. He's like, I guess he spent like $115 million or something on this film so far, because his budget was 100 and he went 10 or 15 over. So, and the whole film is about them trying to get money to finish the film and the hoops that Ari has to jump through to get it. Now, while he's doing this, everybody else is just partying and getting pussy and having drama. That's about it. It's not a whole bunch going on here. It's really just while Ari's trying to save these motherfuckers, they're just doing whatever the fuck they want to.
Yeah, like I said, it feels like an Entourage episode. And as a fan of Entourage, it's what I wanted. Like if you are a fan of the series, you will enjoy this, because that's what it is. You have your overarching A plot, and then you have all the different characters and the trouble they get into on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have E and Sloan trying to reconcile and try to deal with Sloan about to give birth.
Mm-hmm.
You have Turtle, who comes across Ronda Rousey and trying to, wine and dine her, trying to woo her, trying to get with her. You've got drama and just everything that he's dealing with. It feels like an Entourage episode.
Yeah, Drama's just dealing with a bunch of fucking drama. It's drama. He
Yeah.
creates his own drama. I mean, it's funny because Vince makes this film and he is adamant that the film is Oscar worthy. Like, they're gonna win an Oscar for this film. It's that amazing. The film is called Hyde, and you can actually see it in the Entourage trailers. Or I remember one of like the early teasers was the actual trailer for this film, and for this film within the film. And they're adamant that it's Oscar worthy, and nobody's actually seen it, but some people have seen it. It's really weird. Nobody at the studio has seen it, but some of Vince's friends, and of course the crew, they've all seen it. And the big selling point that Vinny is pushing is that drama is the most important, has the most important scenes in the film. Like, it's gonna be his breakout role that's gonna put all this serious attention on him, and he's not gonna be, Vince's older brother who's a loser actor. He's not gonna be Donnie anymore.
Right.
He might get his chance to finally be Mark. And it's weird because drama is actually the funniest part of this movie. He is the standout person in this film by far. The other guys are kind of just there. Ari, of course, Ari's it up, and he's funny as fuck, as usual. He goes completely over the top with the Ari jokes. I'm surprised some people didn't get up and walk out because it got really fucking offensive at certain points. But that's always been Ari. Drama still had the best scenes in the film to me.
Yeah, and it just, we talked about it when we left the theater, is that weird parallel of Vince saying, no, drama's scenes in this are pivotal, and drama sort of drives this movie. Not saying like he carries it, but like there's a lot of focus on drama in this movie. And it's refreshing. It's good.
Mm-hmm. It's really dope, man. So, I mean, the plot is simple. It's a $30 million budget. If you're an Entourage fan, I can't see you not liking this. I really can't. Like, I don't understand what else you thought you were gonna get. Do realize Doug Ellen's first project was Fat Beach. He went from Fat Beach to Entourage. Like, the man deserves an award because nobody should grow that far. And I'm not even saying Entourage is one of the greatest things ever. I'm just saying Fat Beach was that fucking awful. Their characters couldn't even keep the same damn hairstyles from scene to scene in Fat Beach. So, to be able to go from Fat Beach to fucking 8 seasons of an HBO television show to, 4 years later, a $30 million film that's actually good. The man got superpowers or something, man.
Yeah, man. It's an enjoyable ride. It's a feel good, surprisingly, a feel good movie. It's funny. The humor's on point. The dialogue, like, at no point do you ever feel like you're watching a movie. And I guess that's why the critics didn't like it. But like we keep saying, you like Entourage, you'll like this. The thing we were talking about before, one of the highlights of Entourage and what got me really into Entourage is the soundtrack. Like, there was a point where I would just wait until the end credits just so I could see what track they're going to drop next. And this movie does not disappoint in terms of the music. Like, every track on here that you hear during the movie goes, and it fits with whatever scene they're trying to build at that moment. It's nice. It's dope.
Yeah, I'm actually reading the consensus of Entourage. Did you know, like, Rotten Tomatoes, they'll give you like a consensus of what reviewers are saying, critics are saying about it in the description of the film. And basically what it reads is, Entourage retains many elements of the HBO series, but feels less like a film than a particularly shallow, cameo-studded extended episode of the show. That right there lets me know that none of these critics ever watched the show. If that is the summation of what they're all saying, then most of them didn't watch the show ever. It's always been, it's supposed to be cameo studded. It's about a group of friends and their manager moving about Hollywood. It's not, they weren't not supposed to have cameos in it. That wouldn't be Entourage. It's always been shallow. If you don't see titties in an episode of Entourage, it's probably not a good episode. If Ari Gold isn't making offensive jokes every time he's on screen, it's probably not an Entourage episode. Like, Vincent Chase is one of the most boring actors ever throughout the Entourage series. He literally does nothing. Even when he gets in a fist fight with Emma fucking Nim, he still is boring as hell.
Yeah.
They gave him a drug addiction and he was still boring. He's nothing without the Entourage. None of these characters are anything without each other. That's what makes them so dope. None of them could carry a series or a show or a film on their own. So I really don't know what critics were looking for. Like this, the show needed a real finale, and this is it. Like Justin said, this is it. They really don't need any more sequels. I hope HBO makes enough money. I hope they make enough money from this film to be satisfied with what they did, but not enough so that they decide they need to continue this shit or bring the show back. Like 8 seasons is definitely enough, and this film was definitely enough with a running time of 104 minutes. That's long enough.
Yep, an hour 45 minutes. But yeah, it brought closure. Like the end of the show didn't really feel like closure. It just felt like, hey, here's the season finale, cliffhanger. But this, it feels like closure. You've grown with these characters. You've seen them mature somewhat and go through all their trials and tribulations, and you see where that gets them, and that's really just enjoyable to me. The other thing I noted in this, and you guys have brought it up when we had reviewed Fast and Furious 7. Ronda Rousey can actually act because she's in this movie and she's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
We disagree because I still don't think that girl can act. I don't think she can act for shit. I think Entourage asks you to act like yourself, and that works for her in this film.
Maybe that's what it was then. Maybe that's what it was.
Because I thought about it yesterday. I was like, damn, yo, Ronda Rousey was actually good in this. And then I really thought about it. I was like, but that's because she got to play Ronda Rousey. She didn't have to act. They just fed her. Like there's a scene where she says, I think somebody's fucking in there. Like, I was like, that's how she really talks.
Yeah.
She wasn't acting, dude. That's how she really talks. Like, the shit she wears in this movie, how she walks, the way she carries herself, that it was believable because that's really her. I completely believe those women that were with her in the gym are really her friends that she works out with in the gym. That was her entourage. So maybe they just need to give Ronda Rousey scenes where they tell her just be Ronda Rousey. Stop putting her in dresses and shit and making her do flips or be security.
That was so just awkward.
So right, it was so weird from Furious 7 to watch her like just make facial expression because she makes the same facial expression.
And that's
all
what
day.
It was. That's what it was.
It's the same face. It's not. It doesn't change. She has a very rigid face. Like, she's an attractive woman, but she has a very rigid. It's just not too many expressions she could show with that face. She's either gonna be angry or not angry.
Yeah, like angry or amused. It's really nothing beyond that.
Even when she smiles, she looks skeptically angry.
Yeah. The only thing I have in my notes that was like something I didn't like, I ended up talking myself out of it while taking the note. Just Lloyd's storyline, because we
didn't need that.
I don't think we needed it because like Lloyd's sort of character arc sort of comes to its conclusion at the end of season 7. Mm-hmm. Like, there's nothing really much else you can do with Lloyd. He's grown, he's matured, he's at a spot in his life right now. It's like, okay, what next? So Lloyd just kind of shows up at various points in the movie to just sort of talk to Ari, and I guess I don't want to spoil that part because that's actually like a really cool.
Well, they needed stuff for Ari to be able to feed his jokes off of.
Yes,
and that's what Lloyd's whole plot is. It's just those scenes are hilarious when they're talking. Those scenes have absolutely nothing to do. Like, he really is a nuisance to Ari Gold in this time where Ari's trying not to fumble $115 million. Lloyd is just being fucking annoying, but it's fucking hilarious. The conversations and just the scenes that come from that. So if that's what you're going for, if you're gonna put some nonsense in a film, it better be funny.
Right, and that's what I have in my note. I said like it wasn't necessary, but damn, those scenes were funny. Okay, I guess it wasn't that bad. Like, I really don't have any complaints about this movie. Like, You never feel like you're just sitting in the movie waiting for something to happen. There's always something going on that capture your attention. There's always something that you're thinking about. It just works. Like I don't have any problems with this movie.
I don't think I can't have an issue with it. I cannot have an issue with this movie because they did exactly what I thought they would do.
Yeah.
They made a movie that I didn't think was going to be that great, but they made a movie that I was happy with, being a wrap up of Entourage, like bringing things to a closure, and it was enjoyable. Like I said, if this had been the season finale to Entourage, I would have been completely happy. An hour and 45 minutes of this was perfect. Yeah. If I have any complaint, it's the fact that it took them 4 years to do this. I don't know why it took them so long. Oh, and I wish they had more Mark Wahlberg in the film. I wish Mark Wahlberg and his entourage, which is the entourage the show is based off of, interacted with Vince's group more in this film. I think that would have been just dope to see Hamster versus Turtle. Like shit like that I thought was funny. So, but they only do that like a very short period of time.
Right.
Other than that, man, I don't know, man. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I will watch it again for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would watch it again. I would definitely watch it again. I would definitely watch it again in theaters as well. Like it was just a good time. It was fun.
I'm sure I missed some stuff. Like I'm pretty sure it kind of made me want to go back and watch pivotal episodes from different seasons.
Yeah.
To see what stuff I didn't pick up on. Because I started Entourage like in season 4. I never went back and watched it from the very beginning. So maybe that's something I'll do.
Yeah. So like if you watch from the beginning, there's like 3 or 4 jokes that you'll get. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, that's actually way funnier than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I think I lost my thought on that one.
Thought you wouldn't. I thought you lost your connection.
Oh no, my brain lost its connection. No, it's just fun. I don't get. I'm looking at these Rotten Tomatoes and everyone's like, they're hating on it because it feels like a TV show. It feels like an Entourage episode. It doesn't do anything more. I'm like, but that's what the show's always been. So
I see movies that feel like movies all the time and they still suck ass.
Yeah.
I don't know what feel. I don't even feeling like a movie doesn't really mean anything to me with something like this. Does it feel good? Yeah, it felt good. So I mean, overall, what I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm with you. Solid 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I don't think they really could have did it much better than what they did. And maybe that's just because my bar was set at Entourage's standards. I'm not sure what these jackass critics are looking for, but they can go look somewhere fucking else. It's just weird that I looked on Rotten Tomatoes earlier and maybe the things have changed. But I went to see Spider Night, and that has a 95%, but Entourage has a 28%. So they get that Melissa McCarthy is making a spoof of a spy film, and they go along with it. But they don't get that Entourage is supposed to be like a finale to Entourage. Would they have given this a negative rating if it had actually been the show's finale during the 8th season?
Well, see, then you would have had people watching the show reviewing it.
Right.
So.
Whatever, man. Yeah. Right. Well, I'm not getting it. This is a 28% and Jupiter Ascending has a 25%. I think critics have lost their fucking minds.
Oh no, there's no way this is that close.
No way.
Jupiter Ascending.
Not at all.
Oh no.
Not at all. So if you're an Entourage fan, you need to go see this. This film is for you. If you're not an Entourage fan, but you want to learn, you want to feel Entourage, go see this film. If you're going to see this film because you think you're going to get some great film experience, this isn't for you, you jackass. Like, it's really is not for you.
Yeah, but if you want to catch a summer flick to make you laugh, have something that you and your boys can quote after the fact, go check out this movie. It's pretty funny. You'll have fun.
If you don't like this film, you probably hate titties and hugs. So I understand. It's a hard life out there where you hate titties and hugs at the same time. Till then, we'll holler at y'all. 4 out of 5. That's what MovieTrailerReviews.net is giving this. Entourage in theaters. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday, so today is the 2nd. It's in theaters the 3rd of June. So y'all have fun. Till then, peace.